Sunday, August 17th, we got football going on right now, some preseason, and we're under 3 weeks, two and a half weeks till the season kicks off. So there's some good games week one. In particular, I feel like the Ravens and Bills play Sunday, the week one. I don't know if I like that or not. Like, I feel like I want to save that for later on in the year. Like, I'll watch anything in week one, you know?
Yeah. Kick it off with a real big blast. I don't mind it. What's the very first game?
Eagles Cowboys. So it's always the Super Bowl winner. I think there was one year there where it wasn't the Super Bowl winner for whatever reason. So yeah, we get Eagles Cowboys, and then Friday we get Chargers Chiefs in Brazil. Now they're doing that Friday game. So we have a game on we have games on Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. I think we have no, just one Monday night game. I thought we had two. So yeah. Eagles Cowboys. Chargers Chiefs is not bad. Falcons Bucks. I mean, we talked about the Jets and the Steelers playing, so that's a little fun. So
definitely hoping to host a little more this year. This past year, we kind of, like our house is kind of a gathering point for a lot of all sorts of degenerates and family members. I don't know why I separated those two. Like, they're kind of the same people.
I know, right? Seriously.
But yeah, like we didn't host as much this last year. Just a little busy with baseball and stuff with Lucy. So,
I get it.
I actually just found out too. Like, my roommate's boss, he buys Chargers season tickets to give out to clients, and they don't always get taken. So
why wouldn't you take them and at least resell them?
Yeah, I don't know. So I might be going to see a Chargers game or two this year.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be good. If you do want to mock with us, we're going to try and mock if we get enough people, that is. So I left the link in the chat here. If you want to hop into a mock with us, it's right there. We use Sleeper. You can join us. So if we get, hopefully we get it half full, completely full. I don't know. But if not, maybe we'll just kind of talk ADP and stuff like that, which is essentially looking at a mock and all of that, but not as fun. So Jeff says, what's a good round to draft one of the elite QBs? So for me, I've been actually working on my rankings today. And I kind of finished the top 30 quarterbacks. And for me, my elite tier is Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts. I kind of put all those guys in the same tier. Obviously, I think I'd want, Josh Allen, Lamar over the other two, but I'm kind of like happy with the other ones because they're high rushing volume guys. But what it's looking like is if you want Allen and Lamar Jackson, it has to be around the 2-3 turn, or they're probably gone. Jaden Daniels mid-third round, and then Jalen Hurts or Burrow. I assume you put Burrow in that elite tier, are around the 3-4 turn. So, any of those in particular like stand out to you, Ryan? I know we did a mock a couple days ago, and you were kind of saying like you took Jaden, but you weren't super excited about. When you saw the type of quarterbacks that fell, you were a little bit more interested in not taking Jaden, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like, honestly, I think it really makes a big difference. 6 point versus 4 point per passing touchdown. Like if it's 4 point, I'm more interested in taking any one of those guys, like mid third round or something, or even towards the back of the third round. Mm-hmm. But if it's 6 point, like I really do feel like just wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just don't really see like a strong argument for it. I mean, take two, like take one of the upside guys with a rushing floor, or like Fields or May, in round 8, and then grab Purdy, Love, Herbert, whatever, like 2 rounds later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. My general philosophy, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like to wait. I like to wait on quarterbacks in a 1 QB league. So if I'm going to take them, though, it is going to be one of those top 4 guys. I'm not going to take Burrow at the 3-4 turn. I mean, maybe if I can get him later in the 4th or something, but I'll pass. I'm not going to take Mahomes, Baker. These guys I'm probably going to be out on as well because they're the next group of guys. So,
yeah, and I mean, honestly, even Lamar and Jaden make me a little nervous to a certain extent because Lamar did things like he's never done before this last year as far as the passing touchdowns and stuff, and like that can kind of regress a little bit. Like, I mean, granted, like I'm not really sure what to attribute a lot of that to. Like, if it was more just having Derrick Henry and like such like a strong running back presence that kind of allowed the passing game to be that much more efficient. I imagine that had something to do with it. And Jaden, we saw 1 year of it. Like, granted, it was pretty consistent, but sophomore slump narrative and whatnot. So I don't know. Yeah. Like, if it's not Josh Allen, like I think I'm fading him a little bit because I think I will go for one of those rushing guys with a later pick and pair him with a pocket passer, especially in 6 point.
Yeah. So that's Fields, Drake, May. Anyone else? And you consider like rushing in that group of guys? Are you referring to Anthony Richardson? Are you referring to Bo Nix?
Richardson and Kyler too. Like, Richardson, you should be able to get lower, I would imagine. I'm kind of like scrolling through the quarterbacks here.
Richardson's pretty far down there,
yeah. He's at 196 on this this mock that we're about to do. So
this consensus, this consensus one had him going. He didn't even get drafted in the first 13 rounds. So you said 196?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
whatever sleeper settings we're using for this. So
yeah.
I mean, and you can even throw, like, to a lesser extent, you can throw Caleb in there, and you can throw God, I just had someone else. I was just looking at him. Oh yeah, Bo Nix too. But like, where Bo Nix is going, like, first pick of the 7th round, like, according to this, like, I'm out on that.
Yeah, I think I am too. Do you consider Bo Nix a rushing QB?
No, I think we kind of talked about this, a little bit more of a scrambler. Like, it wasn't consistent. Like, it was a good chunk of his games kind of there in the middle, I feel like.
Remember, we talked about this. It was like 3 in the beginning, 3 in the middle, and then to finish the season, he had like 4 straight games.
Yeah. So I think it ended up like he's more like what you used to get from like Dak and Russ, like earlier in their career, like, and like, honestly, like, so he got 430 rushing yards last year. Like, you could squint and see that from even Trevor or Herbert. Not saying they've done that, but like, oh yeah, definitely him, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these other guys kind of did that. I mean, it's kind of like what's pushing up Baker Mayfield's stats from last year. Not that he wasn't like really good in the passing game, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, but like the almost 400 rushing yards was kind of like, that wasn't ever a part of his game, so it just kind of became his game, or like it was kind of held up by a few long runs throughout the season.
Well, that pushed him from like what Jared Goff is to top 3 quarterback. Like, right. That's what's keeping Jared Goff from, like, Jared Goff very easily could be top 7, 8 quarterback. Almost impossible for him to be like top 3, 4. And Baker was last year because of that little cherry on top rushing. So
Yeah, and it's only
um,
barely over 20 yards a game, so like you don't consider that a rushing quarterback necessarily, you know.
mhm. Yeah. If you guys want to join this mock, we have a bunch of spots. We kind of want to wait until at least we get half full or something. Link is right here. We got enough people watching to fill it up, but I know a lot of people just kind of like to listen, and rather than mock, we got another person taken up. So we'll probably give it about 4 or 5 more minutes. Hopefully, we can get 2, 3, 4 more people in there to join us. Just come and mock. It won't take too long, especially if we don't fill it up all the way. Bryce Young, sneaky rushing quarterback. So obviously we know Bryce Young's story last year. Came out the gate, sucked, got benched, came back from the benching, and he was a lot better. And his last 8 games of the year, he averaged 26 rushing yards a game, so 442 rushing yards for a 17-game season, and he scored some touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns rushing in those 8 games. Don't think I wouldn't expect him to get double-digit touchdowns, which is what that would extrapolate to, but maybe kind of under the radar, like a guy who can give you 20 plus, rushing yards, and that's a lot. You mentioned it, like it doesn't seem like a lot. It seems like very obtainable, but like that's half a touchdown in 4 point per passing touchdown. Like that's significant, just like 20 yards rushing. So, you tell me you get an extra touchdown, every 2 games, like that's significant for sure. Yeah, no one else we're missing there, huh? I mean, I don't think so.
Now, and honestly, like when I mentioned Trevor and Herbert, like we've seen spurts of it throughout their careers, but I really do think that they're more likely to get rushing touchdowns than rushing yards, which is just as valuable, in my opinion. That it's not like a huge part of their game, but they're big ass dudes that can fall into the end zone pretty easily. So I kind of like that aspect of the upside of those guys.
Yeah. Kevin's asking about news, and Kevin, if you have any specific news that you're interested in talking about, it's a lot to keep up with right now. I mean, sounds like kind of just looking through some news. We did get that update on Commanders potentially trying to trade Brian Robinson, so that just came like an hour ago over Sleeper. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, man, I need to go back and look because like everyone's talking about JCM as we're calling him now. I feel like we mentioned him on this channel back in March. Like we had to have been one of the first channels to bring up his name in general, right? Like because he was way down there, deep stash sleeper guy. Now he's being drafted and redraft, so this is our Jordan Whittington of this year, potentially better. Ashton Jeanty thought he got hurt, but he came back, so that's good. Troy Franklin, I mean, Sean Payton's talking him up. I'm trying to think of what other news has kind of come out. Travis Hunter has an upper body injury. That's going to be a concern with Travis Hunter, man. Like if he's playing both sides of the ball, that injury risk is insane,
Yeah.
Really, really insane. I don't believe in injury prone and stuff like that, but it's essentially the more you touch the ball, the more snaps you play, the more likely you are to get injured unless you're like a quarterback. And this guy's going to be playing more snaps than anyone in the NFL, in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's not 100% player on both sides, which is essentially impossible, over the long term, but it's like you're gonna play over 100 snaps, that's not even 100%. It's just kind of like, what the fuck, man?
I think it's average. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that would be closer to what, 70% of all snaps.
Yeah, I mean, I think right around 60 to 65 is average, I'd say. Anything below that's kind of low. Anything above 70 and above is kind of high. So yeah, I mean, we're talking about 130 to 150 total snaps, So It might be even less than that. Offensive snaps, special teams is going to be, if you include special teams, it's higher.
Right.
Yeah, Isaiah Bond signed. No winner in Anthony Richardson here. By the way, guys, we're going to start this in just like 2 minutes. So please, if anyone wants to join, hop on in. So yeah, any others?
Travion still getting it done. Another touchdown.
Yeah, I need to go through and look at like what's been happening with these preseason games this week. I haven't really gotten into it yet. I'm going to put out a video kind of recapping it. So
it's a lot to digest for sure, because it's hard to know, like, unless you're like really like paying attention, like who like who's playing starters on which side of the ball, and like that's a huge difference, like starters versus starters, like even if it's for a drive, like like that's not a lot of information, but it's also like you still got to like kind of weed through that stuff, like obviously like we have a lot of rookies filling in for these vets who don't necessarily need the practice. So
yeah. Jalen Wright played the entire first quarter and the start of the second quarter for the Dolphins. Madison's season-ending injury, so it's kind of like Jalen Wright's backfield in terms of behind HN. So Nick Chubb gets the start, which could be significant because Mixon could be out a while. Some fantasy doctor, some Twitter doctor out there said like something about the news that he's received and it's off his board or something. Joe Mixon's off his board or something like that. So I don't know. That's maybe a little bit concerning there. So DJ Giddens looks to be potentially the backup for Jonathan Taylor. Marshawn Lloyd leads the Packers for the backup job. So, all right, we're going to get this started. I'm going to pick for these, at least the first several rounds, kind of according to ADP, just to give it, a little bit more realistic. And then I'll let it go to auto draft there. So
you just kind of mentioned Marshawn Lloyd and Giddens backups. Who's the backup for Mixon, right? Is it Woody Marks?
Chubb.
Sing as of now. I mean, what if it's Dameon Pierce season all over again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said Nick Chubb.
No, I know. I said Chubb's not impressing. Woody Marks. The rookie Dameon Pierce. Man,
take a McCaffrey. I mean, Dameon Pierce is a weird like conundrum, right? Like he's looked good when he's played. It's not like he's like looked terrible. I don't know. I haven't really watched him too much, but like he averaged 4.3 yards per carry, yards per attempt his rookie year, 7.3 last year. Obviously, he only had 40 carries, but yeah. Are you saying Uda McCaffrey?
No. I was actually, I just looked up Dameon Pierce.
This is PPR, by the way. Sorry. I set this as PPR.
Dameon Pierce expected to be held out of Saturday's preseason game. Oh, did he get held out yesterday? That could be a sign right there.
Yeah.
Pick him up in Dynasty.
Yeah. I took CMC here. I have the second pick in our home league, and I kind of want to see what it looks like if I take CMC at the 102. I'm open to taking CMC at the 102. The only reason we wouldn't be open to it is if you believe in injury prone. So I don't believe in it really. I think he has just as good of a chance as like any of these other elite running backs to get injured. So yeah, I think I'm fine with CMC at the 102. The guy could easily be the best fantasy player, the best player in fantasy, and if he's healthy. I don't think anyone would argue against that, right? Like that he's up there top 3 if he's healthy all year. What's crazy?
I mean, that's what people were saying 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
About
like
the injury
when he fell, right?
Oh yeah, like that, and like I don't know, like he's gonna get hurt, and then he was the best player in fantasy. So
for like 2 years in a row,
I'm not saying I would do it, but
yeah,
I mean that's what mock drafts are for, right? See what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. check it out, see what it looks like. You know what's crazy also is like the 49ers last year when he came back. So obviously McCaffrey missed the first 8 weeks. His first week back, 87.5% of the snaps, 93.7, 81.6. And then he got hurt into the fourth game back. Like it was no like, oh, let's ease him into it. You know, that's not how they roll. Again, apparently, it's just not how they roll. So like CMC is going to be a monster. Like he just is. I mean, look at in those three games last year. You know, he was on pace for 1,500 yards, 10 plus touchdowns with 74 catches, 75 catches, 1,500 yards, 75 catches, 10 touchdowns. And he didn't even get a rushing touchdown, by the way. Like he had a receiving touchdown only. But no, he didn't even have a receiving touchdown. So he was technically on pace for 0 touchdowns. But we know that's not going to happen. Malik Neighbors. You like Malik over Puka?
I think so, which is kind of funny to think about, like, given the quarterback situation is essentially up in the air for both, and Puka's got the better backup kind of a thing, you know, like, so I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing what it looks like. Like, honestly, I was strongly considering Achane, honestly. But
yeah, I told you I'll take over as you think there. I told you I was putting together my rankings, and I have my quarterbacks done, and then I'm putting all the other positions into one group, essentially. And I have Achane in my top 8, in my tier 1. Like, it's Jamar Chase, Bijan, Saquon, Justin Jefferson, Gibbs, Lamb, CMC, Achane. This is PPR rankings. So I don't really see the argument against Achane at all. Like,
he's definitely a
balls.
Yeah, he should be a favorite for to lead running backs in catches.
Yeah. By the way, I'm picking the picks here kind of trying to stick to ADP a little bit. You know, just to give you a general idea of how the first few rounds could go. I'll probably let it go to auto pick after that, just because it's a lot to keep up with a little bit. So just trying to pick according to, you know, ADP and stuff like that. So this is roughly where people are going. So some guys that I'm higher on than consensus. I mean, Achane is definitely one of them. I'll talk about the next guy here soon, actually.
Yeah, I kind of went with Drake London over AJ Brown just to kind of see, like, I actually kind of lean more AJ Brown in general, but like I think the volume, you know, given its PPR, is going to kind of favor Mr. Drake London there, but I don't even feel super strong about that, you know, like, I mean, Brown was basically on pace for the same amount of targets last year. So, I don't know.
Kyron was the guy. AJ Brown is dealing with some injury, by the way, so keep that in mind. His injury not a concern, but he hasn't been practicing and all that. By the way,
he doesn't practice.
Actually, some news that I should have brought up when talking all this love about Achane. He had an injury, and they said, wasn't it like it could be days or weeks or something, soft tissue stuff. Am I going crazy? Yeah, soft tissue injury will be out between days and weeks. So that's someone who could definitely fall pretty easily. Soft tissue stuff's always a little bit concerning because you see Omari Hampton go at the 301. Ooh, I like it.
I was going to bring that up regarding injury prone, you know, when we were talking about CMC and stuff, like, and like kind of like what I've heard or what I've gathered like over the years, like, especially if it's like, you know, for running backs, like lower leg injuries or just leg injuries in general, like if it's consistently soft tissue, like that can be a concern, you know, like obviously like a broken bone or something like that's not I mean, that's more of a freak accident than anything. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, some of that stuff does linger, so yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about when it comes to CMC and his what is it called? Achilles tendonitis or
Yeah. Achilles
yeah.
tendonitis. Yeah, I'm not sure either. But the other guy I'm super high on is Kyron, higher than consensus. Like I've been on the Kyron boat for a while now. Like I'm a little upset that he got the contract in the sense of like I think he was going to be a big value if he didn't get that contract. That guy's been the best player in fantasy the last 2 years. Keep saying it over and over. So I have him closer to my top 15. I think he's more closer to like the top 25. He's closer to the top 25 according to ADP. So what do we got
Yeah, I know.
next here?
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
he should be up there with CMC as far as like was it last year? I guess it was 2 years ago with CMC, like where he was like minus 200 to get a touchdown in the game. Like he was basically like a lock for it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like Kyron, 12 games last year, 12 rushing touchdowns, 3 in the air, or sorry, that was 2 years ago.
And look at his snap share.
Yeah.
They just, I mean, I guess the biggest concern would be if you're worried about Stafford not missing time, which I do think is a concern for the Rams in general. So I don't know if it's as big of a concern for Kyron as it is for a guy like Puka or Devontae Adams, but like 86.7% snap share. And that was when they were like jokingly, oh, we're going to use him as a punt returner. And they did week 1. He did return a punt. So I guess he wasn't lying, but it's insane. I'll go one more round through round 4. And in terms of picking here. So we'll go Brees. Who do we got next here? James Cook. Should he be higher now that he has the contract and no worries? Because he is going to be. This is probably not reflective of him with the contract. So,
I think he was like he's boosted himself up a little bit. Like, yeah, he's obviously like a big winner for the off season. Like, I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to use him. We've talked about him a few times throughout the last 2 off seasons, like it's like, wow, as far as like his pass catching, like we know it's like within his wheelhouse, but it's just not what they do in Buffalo. So we're kind of waiting for that to like really like go up, and like he's been ultra efficient with like, we're not, I shouldn't say ultra, but like he's been very efficient. We'll put it that way. With like his workload, but he's still only playing, a little more than half the snaps for the most part. So
yeah,
I'm thinking, I hope Ken Walker catches more passes like we saw towards the later part of the season. Like, I honestly think that or the later part of the season that he actually played, like his injuries obviously concerned me quite a bit, but
yeah, I'm hoping to get, so I pick it the 102 in our home league. If I can get Ken Walker at the end of the 4th, which I think there's a chance. I mean, his ADP is the 409. So I don't think it's crazy to think I could get him there. Like, I'll be super excited to pick him up there. So
yeah.
There's an argument to take receivers if you pick them the top 5, like take a Lamb, Chase, Jefferson, those guys, just because, again, like you can get Kyron potentially in the late 2nd. You can get maybe a Kenneth Walker.
Chase Brown, like kind of being down there. Like I'm kind of viewing him and Kyron as kind of similar sort of players, Jonathan Taylor's up there too, but like PPR pushes him down a little bit. But we know that he doesn't necessarily need the catches to put up that 1,500-yard season.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to switch it over to let the computers kind of auto pick here. Man, which way do I want to go here?
Oh,
I think I do know.
Star and a star. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep the questions coming, guys, if you have them. Frizzle says, what's the best option for the 612 7071 turn? I'm in my home league slow draft and my pick is coming up. I currently have Chase, JT, Kyron. So Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, Kyron, Terry McLaurin, Sutton. Okay. Who's any what kind of options do you have there? I assume, I talk about waiting on quarterback, but if they do fall, I'll take them. So I assume guys like Burrow and the top, Jaden, all the rushers are gone. If they're all gone, I'm probably going to rule out quarterback. So unless, again, if somehow Lamar, Josh Allen, Daniels, Burrow, or Hurts are there, I would scoop them up there. I don't know if you.
I think it'll be good if he lets us know 6 point per passing touchdown or 4, and also PPR or half.
Are you ruling out quarterback if those guys are gone, or are you still? Would you throw anyone else in that list?
He just answered about the quarterbacks. He said it's Baker, Goff, Kyler.
Baker, yeah, I think I would avoid those. I'd push it with Kyler, see if I can get him around later. I'm going to rule out quarterback. Brian, if you disagree, you can mention that. Tight ends, I assume Bowers, McBride, Kittle are gone, right? And probably Laporta. Is that right, Frizzle? If they are, I'm probably passing on tight end as well.
No Kelsey with the 701.
I mean, with Rashee Rice, with Rashee Rice missing potentially like a month or 6 games or something, like that could be Kelsey, man. That could be Kelsey's really good for 6 weeks. I'd probably just wait. There's too many tight ends I really like later on. I think that I would be willing to wait.
Kind of. Now, all right. I'm sure this other guy is going to go. I'm just going to swing for the fences with the rook.
Who are some of the top guys there, Frizzle? Let us know. Like who on next up on the list. I like, obviously if guys like Travion Henderson are there, Worthy, Pacheco, Pollard could be there. Do you like Pollard there?
Yeah, especially with the Tajay Spears injury.
Mm-hmm.
Even without it, honestly, like I'm okay with Pollard.
Yeah, maybe give us like top 5 wide receivers and running backs. I think I'm out on quarterback or tight end there. Unless it's, a super tight end premium or something. Pollard and Pacheco are gone too. Yeah, what are the top 5 running backs, top 5 wide receivers? And we can maybe help you a little bit better there.
I mean, based off the ADP that we have here, which obviously won't translate perfectly, Pollard should be there. I would take him over Swift, but I think that's close. Not going Addison. I thought I just saw another Pollard, Pacheco gone. Sorry. I mean, this is reaching a bit, but.
Ooh, Jerry Jeudy, I would take.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at Jeudy, even like Debo or Cup.
Mm-hmm. I love Jerry Jeudy this year.
Yeah.
Oh man, running backs are a little barren, huh?
Robinson, Tracy.
Do you take the risk on Mixon?
Mixon. I mean, if Rice is there, Rice or Waddle, like I'm totally fine with that.
Man, it's just like he could be out 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's risky. It's definitely not without risk.
Friezo, how many starters are you starting in the starting lineups? I said start a lot there. Is it just a standard like QB, two running backs, two wide receivers, a flex, and the tight end? Because if it is, I'm willing to take more risks. If it's a deeper roster, man, because like if it's just a standard one, we're talking about like last player in your starting lineup already, right? Like second to last and last player. Um, and if it is, I'm willing to risk Mixon or Rice. If it's a deeper league, I'd be hesitant there. Let me make my pick here. Oh, I like the Swift pick. I was kind of hoping he came back. Yeah, let me go ahead and take. And by the way, in the leagues we play in a lot of flexes. So, um,
I mean,
okay.
so he's got JT and Kyron already. Like those are obviously like his anchor RBs. I feel like the receivers could use a little work. Like obviously, like he's got Chase, and Sutton in PPR. Like he's got Terry too, but he's not necessarily a big PPR guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not a deep league. I mean, it's three flexes, but there's no tight end. It seems like so. It's really only one extra flex in like a normal league. And some normal leagues have three wide receivers, so this is like a standard.
Yeah,
man, I don't mind. I'm going to rule out Brian Robinson and Tracy. To me, it's going to be Mixon, Rice, man, Waddle.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
I'm kind of
I
leaning
think I might
Waddle or even Olave, like just given the PPR. Like I know the Saints are going to be shit.
Yeah,
but
I think it's Waddle actually. Waddle, if you feel okay taking the risk, I mean, I don't mind Mixon. Again, Mixon, if he's healthy, should be around 5 pick, right?
Yeah, even a little higher.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. So I think it's Waddle if you don't want to risk it. If you do want to risk it, I don't mind Mixon. But man, that's scary. It is scary. But again, you play in a little bit shallower of a roster, like, I guess he can go back. He goes back to back, huh? Maybe like a Waddle and a Mixon then, because he's 6. Yeah, he's at the turn. He's going to be at the turn there. So a Waddle, I'd go Waddle, Mixon, and then after that, I wouldn't take 2 risks. I'd take one. I mean, everyone's a risk at this point, right? But risk meaning I wouldn't take Mixon and Rice. I think that's too risky. So I'd go like Mixon, Waddle, Rice, Waddle. Who's third? Okay, so who's fourth on this list? Is it Olave or?
I'm really distracted by my pick because I kind of want to go all the way down here to Mr. Ibuka in the 8th round.
Yeah, he's going to get pushed up.
That's sure. I think so. Sorry, you said who's 4th?
Yeah, I mean, I'm out on Dobbins and Mason here.
Yeah, not here. You can probably get one of them afterwards. Like, honestly, like with your two, with Kyron and JT, I wouldn't really worry too much about having to force a running back. You just grab a couple of those guys on your way back around, like kind of like the quote unquote backup guys, or the 1B guys, like that we don't even know 100% are 1Bs, like on the next go around. Yeah, I honestly, I might just take Waddle. Yeah, I feel like it's Waddle, Rice, and Olave. Like pick 2 of those guys, whoever you feel the best about. I mean, the Hunter. Hunter is an interesting one.
He is. I think I'd pass on Njoku.
Wait, Njoku. What happened here? Oh, sorry, it didn't autofill my draft. Like Matt, I could see the Matthew Golden pick, but everything in between was blank. I was like, did you just make a pick out of turn, sir?
I think I'd pass on Njoku with some of these guys still here. Yeah, Brendan, we'll get to your question there in a second. We're just really tossing and turning over. Because remember, he gets 2 picks. So you're out on Mixon then? Is that right? Over.
I think so. I think the injuries really scaring me off.
Yeah, I'd still be okay with Mixon if you wanted to take a risk, but I wouldn't mind like just like a Rice, Waddle. Honestly, any of combination of those two, it's either Mixon and one of those wide receivers or two of those wide receivers. I think that's the kind of the two ways I'm going. Um, again, if we want to just like make my pick here, if we want to rule out Mixon because of the injury, then I'm going to take Rice and Waddle probably is who I'd be taking there. I think that's what I would come down to. And I don't love any of these.
You want to throw Brennan's question up there?
Yeah.
About taking Bowers in the second and Josh Allen in the third.
I'm just going to take Justin Fields. I didn't want to wait, but yeah. So what do you think of the strategy of taking Bowers second round and Josh Allen third round in a 10-man? It's definitely more forgivable or more forgiving in a 10-man. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like waivers are going to be a little more full, like, but teams are going to be a little more stacked, right? In a 10-man, depending on what the starting roster is too. So obviously it's always better to be elite in as many positions as possible. I'm not completely opposed to it. Like I think 6-point and PPR like designations would make it a little more give a little more context and like where you're picking to.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah. I generally don't like to take, those what they call onesie positions, back to back like that. I'd like maybe just one of them. But again, in a 10-man, it is a little bit more forgivable. I think if I had to choose one of those, I would take Josh Allen in the third over Bowers in the second. But both, again, it's a tough strategy. Like you're going to be weak in some areas, but again, if you're only starting 7, right, a QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end, and you're in a 10-man league, then you just need a few studs, and you're getting 2, maybe QB1, tight end 1, right there. And so all you need is like, you assuming you got potential RB1 or wide receiver 1 in round 1, right? You're kind of one player away, really. So I don't mind the strategy. I probably wouldn't do it, but I don't mind it. So
yeah. Asking about Pickens, like I don't know, man.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, he could be third in the team on the team in targets. Like, most likely he's going to be second over Ferguson, but I don't know. Like, I mean, he's definitely going to get some of those long touchdowns and stuff. Like, I still haven't really figured out like what I feel about Pickens. Like, I think he's going to be a lot better than he has been. And we know the talent's there, but I think given the other 4 receivers that are there, like I kind of lean those other 4. Oh, and so Olave would be 4th, and then I think Pickens 5th if I was just ranking the receivers.
I think they're all kind of in a tier together. Rice wouldn't be if there wasn't the suspension looming. And I'm hearing 6 games, 8 games, so like it could be significant. They're all kind of in a similar tier, so it's like whoever you like, I'm fine going with. Personally, we're big Waddle fans here. We like Jalen Waddle, so we're gonna favor him a little bit more than Pickens. But if you told me Pickens was better than Waddle, I'm not going to be like shocked or anything. Like I'm fine.
Either I mean, kind of like along the lines of what you were saying earlier about taking one risky guy, one safer guy. I mean, they all come with risk, right? But like, I mean, pick one of Rice or Travis Hunter and then take one of Waddle or Olave, Like, I think Waddle's more talented than Olave and in a better situation, but, we've been a little disappointed by him the last few years. And, Waddle, we haven't really seen that ceiling, but who's his competition? But part of the problem is who's his quarterback, like, so yeah, they all come with their smears, like honestly, I don't know if I didn't noticed before, but I wouldn't mind even just taking Tyrone Tracy there.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Boot injury.
Yeah. Real quick, if you guys, we're redraft season, we're less than 3 weeks away. We really want to put together a listener league. We have 3 dynasty listener leagues that are full that we started this year. We want at least one. Are you frozen? Or am I frozen?
No, sorry. I'm
Okay,
just
sorry,
staring
for a
at
second.
the upper screen here.
It's because there's a storm rolling through, so I thought maybe I lost connection. But anyways, we want to get at least one redraft listener league together with playing you listeners playing against us 2. Obviously, we have separate teams. I think we have 8 people. We want to get to 12, so we just need 4 more teams. The way to get into that is just join our Discord. It's free. I'm putting the link right there in the description. You join the Discord. There's a section that says listener leagues under the redraft section. I'll probably announce again later this week. We just need 4 more people. I think we have 8. I'm going to get to 4. It's going to be paid. Like it's going to be like a $25, $30 league at least, maybe higher if we all agree to go higher, which I'm fine with, but we can discuss that. And we want to live stream the actual draft. So, we don't want to do a slow draft. So,
shit.
What?
Just live streaming drafts, like even just this, like even on mock, I'm kind of like, like,
God damn, the tight ends got. I was like, I can wait. There's some tight ends I like, and they got freaking scooped.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of. I kind of panicked a little bit on the Drake May thing. Like, I don't mind double tapping the quarterback. Like, you got Dak for the consistency, Drake May for the rushing ceiling. But I was kind of like, I was just scrolling and I just kept hearing the tick, tick, tick. And I was like, who do I go for? I really wasn't in love with a lot of these other guys. Rachaad White was probably the running back I was leaning towards. And honestly, Christian Kirk, who I had to scroll to find a little bit, like in the 12th round in the PPR league, would start 3 receivers. I don't mind that.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
Wait,
I wouldn't
snaked.
I wouldn't have taken Hunter Henry here. I just wanted to get a tight end on my roster, and just kind of shout out. I do think Hunter Henry's could be pretty good this year. His numbers with Drake May last year were actually really good. I think he was on pace for 80 catches or something, which is a lot for a tight end. And then you just think about
it's a lot for Hunter Henry.
Yeah. And you think about Josh. I mean, the only thing that held him back last year was that he didn't get touchdowns, and we know he can get touchdowns. So, and you just think about Josh McDaniels, and he's kind of featured tight ends in his teams. I mean, obviously Gronk was the big one when he was offensive coordinator of the Patriots for all those years. Trying to think on the Raiders. I think he had 1 year of Waller being pretty good potentially. But even Foster Moreau had almost 500 yards and 40 catches. I'm looking now. So he kind of features a tight end in his on his teams. So yeah. And is there some context here, Kyle? Is there any costs related? So sometimes, it depends on, where you drafted them last year or something. Is it all just equal? This is your first round pick or something, or what are you losing when you keep one of these guys here? If it's just equal, I'm going to go Derrick Henry. I think there's just more talent at the quarterback position. So, I mean, Derrick Henry is awesome, and I'm going to keep him over Allen. I mean, he's going first round versus Allen end of second. So, what about you?
Yeah, if there's no round cost associated or a limit to how long you can keep these guys or any of that kind of stuff, format helps too. But I don't know. I was kind of leaning Josh Allen because I was kind of thinking just round cost and everything like automatically. But yeah, we kind of need to know that. But I mean, it makes sense. Like if all things being equal, yeah, it is Derrick Henry. I mean, he's getting drafted first, right? Like, but I mean, if there's any kind of like tail to like, well, I can keep him at this round forever.
Yeah.
Josh Allen might be the move. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you're giving up your first round pick, though, like, I don't know if I want to do that. Take Josh Allen. Like, you know? I think
Yeah, it's true. Like, you might not even want to keep anybody at that.
Yeah, I'd still be fine with Henry in the first round. I mean, he went in the first round in this mock draft. So, yeah, Kyle, if you have any other information there, give my. What's up?
Smash, yes. Yeah, I was going to say, oh, Kevin, you have to say yes.
Give my 26th first in Rome and receive Kyler and Addison. So you're saying for sure take that?
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the Kyler extension, you know, like that means you got at least 2 years, but more likely, you know, like there's definitely possibility you're getting more than 2 years. Oh shit! Sorry, I was reading Kyler as Kyren.
Oh, I was like, did Kyler get extended? I mean, he's still on the.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I need to like rethink this for a second. I was wondering why he mentioned his quarterbacks right after. I'm stupid.
I mean, I would still do it. I mean, Addison and Rome, like they're not that far off right now, right? In value.
That was exactly my what I was going to say next about like you're basically giving a first for Kyren, but a first for Kyler is even better in a super flex, you know, and he's your third QB, you know, like with Mahomes and Tua. Like I like that.
Yeah, and it gives you more flexibility. Like, you know, if you hit on another quarterback and you get 4 quarterbacks deep, you can trade Mahomes or Tua or something. Yeah, I would take the Kyler Addison side. So, I mean, again, Addison and Rome I think Rome has more upside, but right now they're pretty even in value. And so, yeah, you're basically giving up a first for Kyler, and I would do that.
Yeah, easily. I mean, Addison's obviously going to miss a few games because of the suspension, but I mean, when he's actually going to play, like you're starting Addison over Rome already, you know, and you're just kind of bolstering your QB room. So, yeah, I don't mind that at all. Go win it.
Yes, indeed.
Are people that down on Kyler or that high on Rome or?
I think people are down on Kyler.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, and it's fair. Like, it's fair to be down. I was kind of looking at that when kind of making my QB rankings for redraft. And like Kyler hasn't been very good like the last 3 years, average-wise. Like he's been fine. 18.1 last 2024. 18.9 in and that's a QB9 in 2023, and then 2022 he came off the injury, he got injured. 2022 he got injured. He averaged 18 points. So like he hasn't averaged more than 19 points per game since 2020, I think. No, 2021. So I mean, 3 years is a long ass time, like in the NFL and fantasy, like. You know?
Yeah.
So I get it. But he's going to run. I feel like he's safe. Kyler, in a sense, like he's going to get you probably 18 fantasy points per game, and he has the upside for 2022 because of his rushing. So I tend to take. That's why I like Kyler over guys like Goff. Over guys like Herbert, because I don't think those guys aren't going to get there. I don't think.
So I pulled up the keep trade cut quarterback rankings. Like, do you think Kyler should be below McCarthy?
No, I think he should be above McCarthy. You're talking about Dynasty, right?
Yeah, Dynasty. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd have him above. I would have him above McCarthy.
What about Penix?
I'd have him above Penix.
What about Ward?
above Ward.
Okay.
But the issue is like it's tough because like those guys, if they come out they have a great September, those guys are going to be like hot. Kyler maybe will be like that, but not quite. So
yeah. No, I get that. Like, I know you play Dynasty like the stock market, which granted, like there's some like especially if you're like really thinking about it long term, which it's right there in the name, a dynasty, right? Like
yeah.
I think that's the right answer, but I would definitely I agree with you. Like I would have those three guys below Kyler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just kind of looking at like who are three guys above him, like kind of in that same range that I would move.
Real quick, because I want to get Mr. Magic's our redraft guy. He's been with us for a long time. We have a lot of dynasty day oneers. Mr. Magic's one of our redraft day ones. Mr. Magic, if you're not in our Discord, I think you are, but you should join and get into the listener league with us. We got 4 spots open. We want to start a redraft listener league with our listeners, play against me and my brother and show that you're better than us. And
that's not hard to do against
come
me
and play with us. So Mr. Magic, come on, man. We need you. Get into another league. It'll be fun. We'll make it fun. We play in super deep rosters. We like to play like we're going to be doing 12 teams, start like 12, because when you do these start 7, start 8, just the 1 flex and 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, it's like, most of the players don't matter. There's like 75% of the league doesn't matter. So come play with us. King Kai. And if you're not in the Discord and anyone else, link is right there. King Kai says, what do you think about taking Bucky with the 203 in a 10-man? So that's essentially the 201, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking at, so that's 15th overall pick, right? So I'm just looking at.
No, he's in a 10 team, so that's the 13th.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can't do math.
So it's the 201. There's too many guys I like more than Bucky, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if he's your guy, like I totally get it, but I mean, look at all the guys in the mock that we just finished. Like, I'd rather have Achane Kyron over him as far as running backs go. I'd rather have AJ Brown and Brian Thomas and Nico over him.
I think I'd take JT over him too.
What's that?
I think I'd take JT over Bucky.
Okay.
But they're both right there.
I think they're closer for me, given PPR, But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he's your dude, like go for it, man. But I think there's a lot of other guys I'd rather have in front of him.
Yeah. In particular, yeah. Like again, if we're just starting from the end of the first round, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, HN, BTJ, like all those guys. Genty is an interesting one. You can make an argument. It's like if Genty does what Bucky did last year, that's what we're hoping for, right? Like as a rookie. I mean, we're hoping for more, obviously, but like Bucky was awesome last year, over 1,500 scrimmage yards. I think it's a little early, but again, yeah, if he is your guy, go for it. Yeah. Mr. Magic, yeah, Discord. Join our Discord. Are you asking what Discord is, or I'm not sure. Okay, I think you just joined. No, someone just joined. But anyways, click on that link, download Discord. We have it all in there. You can ask, start, sit, trade questions, waiver wire, all that stuff. But yeah, to get into our league, you need to join Discord, just so we can set it up easy enough. So we'll look at some of the drafts here in a second. And as we finish up here in the next 10-ish minutes or so,
we're all because we're talking about football,
right? Mr. Magic says, I'm at the 105 in my home league. It's a 10-man. Who do you want to fall to you more out of CD, Gibbs, JJ?
He also said it's a start 7. He says a little bit further down, so it's pretty shallow.
Yeah. And he says, I'm feeling CMC. That's what he says too. I don't mind CMC there. I mean, I took him at the 102. So out of those 3 that you mentioned, I like
Yeah, it's got to be
Um,
Lamb.
yeah, Gibbs is close though. Gibbs is close. It's either Gibbs or Lamb, and then JJ's kind of he's for sure third on that list for me, and he would be fourth if you throw CMC in there too. So not that I don't like Justin Jefferson, but I just think those other guys have a bit more upside. So um, yeah. Keep trade cuts. Kyler Valley has dropped in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. Again, I think it's just people are like not really sure what to think of Kyler. So it's been too long since we've seen him elite.
Sounds like a buying opportunity.
Yeah.
Tear down.
Yeah, for sure. I would tear down happily. I mean, you said all those guys that you listed off were above him?
Yeah, they're all right above him though. And like I don't even know if you can squeeze. I mean, it's got to be worth at least a second, but I mean, I never know how to interpret their points scale, but like Penix is like just literally a couple of points higher. McCarthy is about 300 points higher. I don't know. Like they're all so close. Like I don't even know if you could squeeze a second. If people are working based off of calculators, which a lot of people do.
I'd happily tear down from Knicks, Herbert, Stroud, and get something significant there, which it seemingly you can. So this is a good point, and I wanted to actually bring this up here because I wanted to see what it looked like to take McCaffrey at the 102. Looking at some of the running backs you can get, we mentioned it in round 2, Kyron, Chase Brown, maybe Omarion Hampton, maybe Bucky or JT fall. I mean, definitely if you're at the 105, they will potentially fall. And then there's even in round 4, like there's the potential of Kenneth Walker, Chuba Hubbard, James Conner. Like I feel like maybe locking up that elite wide receiver just because there's a lot of running backs here. I mean, Travion Henderson further down, like over between rounds like 2 and 5 that I'm happy with. If they're my RB1. And that just means I'm stacked at wide receiver or I have one of the onesies locked up, So, I think there's an argument to be made to like maybe just take a CD here or Jamar Chase at the 102, just because like the elite wide receivers get a little sketchy after like Sutton, like they do.
Yeah. It's funny now that Sutton finally got his contract or another contract, people are actually like back in on him, and I know he's not like an exciting player and like he was very touchdown heavy 2 years ago, but there's and plus the Broncos actually showed signs of life this last year with Bo Nix, so I mean that all plays into it, but people have been down on him for a while, like granted, like rightfully so, but it's good to see him getting his dues a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Which duo do you prefer, CD in London or CD and Chase Brown?
So this is the 10-team league.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, full PPR. I mean, my draft that we just did says London because that's who I took. But I don't know. I think there's a decent argument for Chase Brown, but I'd still lean Kyron over him Achane if he's there.
I'd go London.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think London has the potential to catch over 100 plus passes again. So. In PPR, it's kind of a cheat code.
Yeah, I feel like London's kind of a little bit of a blind spot for me. Like I'm still kind of like, let's see. Like, but obviously, like he was super good last year, and he was really good with Penix. So, and with the Mooney injury, but I don't think he's going to be getting 15 targets a game necessarily. So I'm a little bit nervous.
You just look at the progression of London. First round pick, had a good rookie year, 70 for almost 904. followed it up with 70 for 9, so 70 for like 850 and 4, 70 for 902. And who are his quarterbacks? Like it was like Ritter
Yeah.
and Heineke.
It
Like
was really just there was no
horrible.
touchdowns, right? Like what
Well,
you expect from shitty offense.
Yeah,
in general,
like he was basically capped out there, and then he gets just a slight upgrade, really, like not a huge upgrade in Cousins last year, and he goes to 112.70 plus an offensive just system upgrade in 9. So like I think that's kind of the baseline for him is 1,200 yards, 90 plus catches, 8 plus touchdowns, and like he could be a little bit more. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm CD London here. King Kai says that's what he thought too, particularly BTJ and Nico. My dad is really high on him this year. He thinks the Bucks offense is going to be nuclear this season. Yeah, it could be for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if all those guys stay healthy, Godwin comes back. Yeah, I mean, you have a shit ton of options there, all the way down to K-Dot and is a solid tight end, the running backs and what they do. So King Kai says Gibbs out of that. If I get CMC, would you go double RB depending on who falls to me or grab the wide receiver 1? Maybe London. I don't want.
Yeah, if you don't want Brown, then London's probably the move. I mean, just if you're choosing CMC, you're going all in, so don't be adverse to risk, I guess, like whether or not you think that's there. Like just get the guys that are gonna do it, or that you think can do it anyways, and then just kind of smash them.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Tyler Warren's a tough one because I think he is in line to be very, very good year one. It's just the offense is a concern. Like who's the quarterback and what kind of play are they going to get? Like they have so many weapons on that team, but they don't have the quarterback to get it. I just think he's like can come in day one and play because he can block very well.
I mean, plus Mo Alley Cox,
Yeah, are you saying? Are you worried about Mo Alley Cox or?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. So I'm fine taking a risk. So like I talked about this last mock draft where it's like I'm probably going to double tap tight end at the end instead of taking one of the elite guys. Like why am I going to take like Ferguson and Goddard? Well, guys that I think they're going to be fine. I don't think they have a whole lot of upside. Why not take a Ferguson and pair it with a Kyle Pitts, a Dalton Kincaid, or a Tyler Warren? That's how I'm going to kind of play that and just hope that one of those guys really, breaks out in the top 5 or something. So Loveland, even if you want to throw him in there too. So,
quick Colts update. My wife's uncle and aunt, so by extension, my uncle and aunt, went to the preseason game yesterday against the Packers, the Colts and the Packers. Mm-hmm. And, they're all excited and stuff. They live in Indy. Like, he's actually a Saints fan, so he doesn't give a shit either way. But he's like, yeah, we're here. And I was like, all right, let me know if a quarterback for the Colts show up. And I think it was like maybe like third quarter or something. He was like, one finally showed up. It was Jason Bean. He was awesome.
Yeah,
so
Jason Bean.
Shout out to Uncle Josh and Jason Bean.
He's kind of a meme on our channel at this point.
Yeah. I just thought it was so funny, like, because I don't think he watches us, like he's not into fantasy or anything, but I just thought it was funny that he mentioned Jason Bean.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Warren has a lot of upside, so I'm willing to kind of take a risk. You just need to pair him. Like you're going to have to use probably a 9th, 10th round pick, late 9th, early 10th, and you're probably going to have to follow that up with another tight end in either the 10th or 11th, maybe 12th, depending on where you are. So you're going to have to use 2 assets or not, or you just see how it goes and pick someone up off a waiver wire or something. But Yeah. So, but I think he has the potential to be a stud, like year one, kind of like a Laporta, if they could
Uh,
just freaking pass the ball.
I was gonna say Ferguson is he's gonna get some touchdowns this year. I can feel it. You're saying he doesn't have a ceiling, man. It has to happen. They paid him.
Yeah. More of like I don't think he can be Laporta 2 years ago, Brock Bowers last year. Like not for I just don't know if he can be like top 3, top 4.
I
Unless
mean,
he has
lack
like
of
a Tunyon year.
yeah. Well, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, like we don't know what that run game in Dallas is going to look like. I'm not trying to argue Jake Ferguson. I like the little the threads. You know, like the Jason Bean and the Jake Ferguson and all those
Hawkinson.
things, and how you hate T.J. Hawkinson. Yeah, like
Yeah, and Justin Jefferson.
no, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Not feeling James Conner or Kenneth Walker or Chuba. I'm hoping I can get Kamara or Henderson. Sure, I like those guys. I like all those guys. I think Kenneth Walker, it just feels like a player. I keep saying this, and it's terrible like analysis. But having watched football for 20 years now and playing fantasy football for 20 years now, guys like Kenneth Walker always seem to have at least one top 5, top 7 season. Like guys that are good. It just all has to come together one season. Like if they stay healthy and they're on the right offense. Like the Seattle offense was so frustrating last year. I worked a lot of Seattle games and like it was just like they get down in the red zone, snap over the head or fumbled snap, like just weird penalty. And like it was just like that's why Gino was like leading the league in passing at one point, but like fantasy, he was shit because it was just like it just couldn't get it into the end zone. I don't know. It just feels like guys like Kenneth Walker, at least one season, it all comes together for them and they have a big year. And I'm hoping it's this year. Connor, I think it's just the identity of the Cardinals and the dude's a stud. And we've kind of seen like if you're good, right? If you're a good running back, it doesn't, age 30, 31 doesn't really matter too much. So,
yeah. I mean, I really liked Connor before he went to the Cardinals, and obviously, like, we've had that for 4 years, like, I always felt like he was kind of in the same vein of Josh Jacobs on the Raiders, where it's kind of like, why do these guys get, like, snubbed a little bit? I mean, Walker, yeah, like, we definitely need him to stay healthy, just like we needed Connor last season. And he did, so
it's all it is. Like I think we went through this a couple months ago, but Kenneth Walker averaged more points last year than Chuba Hubbard, Chase Brown, James Conner, Montgomery, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, Paul. He was the RB12 in points per game. He has to stay healthy. That's all it is. He has to stay healthy.
Are you talking about Walker?
Yeah, Walker was RB12. He averaged 0.2 points less than James Cook per game, and James Cook had 18 touchdowns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I see him as RB 27th overall in PPR, and he only played 11 games. So I mean, if you're drafting him as RB, where did he go here? I really wish they had numbers on here. I'm not going to count them, but that's got to be. It's got to be closer to like 15 or something like that. But I mean, you're not even that far off to where he finished.
15 exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're not even that far off. Like what really separates RB 15 from RB 27? Like 2 points per game or something, probably. Like
yeah.
So, I mean, granted, you might be like thinking that you're at his ceiling, but I mean that's what he did last year in 2/3 of the games. So,
and they were not running a whole lot too. I know you had a lot of catches. And then Chuba Hubbard, like I'm kind of in on too. Like I've talked about the story of Chuba Hubbard before, but 5-star recruit out of high school, had a huge second year in college, rushed for he had like an Ashton Genty year in college. Chuba Hubbard did his sophomore year, had a bad junior year, fell to the 3rd or 4th round. I think it was 4th round in the draft. But basically, since he's gotten work, Chuba Hubbard's been awesome. I think they're all in on him, so I'm fine with Hubbard too. I'm fine with all those guys there, all those running backs. Yeah, I don't know if HN could fall. If he does, though, take him. I'm not big into this group of tight ends. Like Evan Ingram in the 6th round to me doesn't feel great. Like over Pacheco, Judy, Dunze, Swift. Like these are guys like, man, I think I'm passing on Ingram. And Njoku is a little bit easier to hop on board with. Who's the other one? Kraft. Kraft is also easier to hop on board with. Ingram, I think I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what to expect there. You know, it's like, oh, he's going to be the Joker. And it's like, yeah, shut the hell up, Sean Payton.
Right.
You know, like,
what is even that mean? I've been hearing that for 3 years now.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about fucking Taysom Hill. I don't know. Like,
it's like what?
It's like whatever. Like, isn't Taysom Hill on that team now? No, I guess he's not.
He will be. Don't worry, he will.
Yeah,
be.
he'll show up.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm out on Ingram there. I just like PPR machine, but like.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything with it. You know, like that's part of the problem. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure he'll be a part of this offense, and he'll be frustrating as hell to start. And why are you taking a guy like that in the 6th round?
Yeah. Njoku Kraft, though, I'm fine with it. Like in that range, much more in on those guys. Thinking of taking.
I'd rather.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'd rather wait. Well, I guess you can't wait a round and a half. I'd rather wait 2 rounds and see if I can get Mark Andrews, who is going to get touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and can bounce back in catches too. Taking Kittle in the 3rd or 4th and taking Warren late as an upside. I don't mind it, but if you have to take Warren in like round 9, that kind of part of the reason you take a tight end early is so you don't have to take another one, And so like if you're getting Warren in like round 11, 12, it's fine. But if you have to take a 9th round pick, I mean, there's still some guys here, like you can get your quarterback in round 9, like a Kyler Murray or Fields. You can get potentially RB1 for the Cowboys. Jaden Reed has some upside, Keon Coleman, like just to get a backup tight end that you'll never start.
Even backup running backs who are for sure the backups, or not necessarily for sure. Like I don't mean to say like they're second fiddle, but like that they're gonna take over the workload if the guy in front of them goes down. I'm not saying I would take like Stevenson this high or anything, but like what his role is if something happens to Henderson, and we don't even know Henderson's the guy in front of him necessarily already. It's definitely looking that way. But yeah, I mean, Stevenson, Charbonnet, even probably Dobbins, honestly. Like,
yeah, what, like, if you did that with last year, and if you did Kittle and Bowers, like, unless you flexed both of them, sorry, I'm getting a lot of wind. You were probably still like it was hard. Kittle was better than Bowers by points per game, by 0.3. So it's like, I don't know. Like you're just not going to start Warren over Kittle ever. So and I don't want to waste a pick that high on him. Again, if it's around 11, 12, it's fine. So
yeah, go for one of the upside quarterbacks at that point. Get a Justin Fields or something like that.
Yep. Mr. Magic, we will answer this question. It will be our last question before we take off. But are you joining our listener league or not? We need to know if you are. Have you here? I think of you as our redraft guy. And so I want to say you are in Discord. Are you Magic? I mean, there's someone in here called Magic_99 something, so I assume that's you. How early should Rice go? Yeah, we were talking a lot about Rashee Rice. How should we go about this? Is so hard, man. I really don't know. Really, so we're not getting any information until the end of September? Is that right? Like, is that what it's that's when the NFL is meeting him and stuff? End of September?
Yeah. So like you're gonna at least get 3 games of him. And honestly, like we don't know what the situation, even if he was going to play the whole season, is going to look like. Like, were these, kind of breakout in the second half of the season? Is that going to eat into his workload? Like, I don't think that's the case.
Coming off a
But
major injury, remember that?
yeah, and yep, the injury is going to be an issue. So I think kind of like the end of the 5th round is kind of like where you start looking at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at him here at the 503. Like, I think I'm just going to take Tet, Connor, Montgomery,
Yeah,
Devonta
and
Smith.
even looking into the next round. I mean, yeah, we talked a lot about him getting selected at, was it the 612, 701?
Yeah.
And we were even kind of like, yeah, I don't know, I mean, given that you can get Waddle ahead of him, or yeah, I guess I would push him down a little bit further, maybe
Yeah.
mid 6th round or something.
Agreed. Yeah. So, but Trey Benson season, man, they were using Amari DiMercado and like Michael Connor over Trey Benson last year. So, like, I don't know about that, but I like Trey Benson. Like, I liked him coming out of college, but that doesn't really mean much. I'm going to see this actually. Did Amari DiMercado play a higher snap share percentage than Trey Benson? He did by 4%. So that could just be like a roll thing. I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna take off. Probably be back Wednesday or Thursday night. And oh, there you go. We predicted. When are you guys streaming again? Either Wednesday or Thursday. So we'll get in before your draft. Couple things again. Join the Discord, Listener League, all of that stuff. And we're gonna be live. I'm gonna be live every day throughout the NFL season. So answering all your questions again could be as little as 30 minutes, 20 minutes, but I'm gonna be live. So look forward to that. And
Now,
yeah,
this is AI generated, so I don't know if, like, the validity of this, but Jake Ferguson had 25 red zone targets in 2023.
no, I remember that. I remember having
led all
exact
tight
numbers.
ends. There's your Robert Tonyan season right there.
All tight ends. I mean, that could be like top 10 in all positions.
Yeah, it's a shitload for sure. But I mean, the red zone's pretty big too. So,
Well, last year Chase was number one wide receiver with 33. So and let's see here actually. 2023, you said?
that's what Gemini or whoever the hell Google's AI is.
Yeah, I have it here as 24. And that would have been only Lamb, Devontae Adams, and Ridley had more than him that year.
Well, it said he led his team also, so I don't know about that Lamb thing.
Yeah, well, it says 27 targets inside the 20.
All right. Well, if one thing that we learned from all of this is don't necessarily trust AI on the fly, because you might want to vet that shit a little bit.
Well, I mean, it got close enough. He only scored 5 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, well.
No, I don't know what he had. Let's see what he had last year. Damn it, AI.
It said only 5.
All right,
that's from the same AI bullshit, though. So
5, yeah, that's what I got here.
But he was hurt. Dak was hurt.
Yeah, he missed only 3 games, but still.
That's enough. That's enough for 22 red zone targets.
By the way, CJ Stroud last year was awful. Like, I didn't realize how bad CJ Stroud was last year. He had 13.7 points per game, QB 31 in points per game. I mean, obviously you're going to get a lot of one starters guys, but QB 18 overall, like, he was awful. Maybe Tyreek. Yeah, maybe Brees. I don't know. The players never get traded.
Either one if the teams are bad enough.
Yeah. You just don't see a lot of player trades just because, like, it takes a lot for them to adjust into the system and stuff. But I don't know. We saw CMC and it helped them. Mari Cooper last year. We saw that too. Didn't help them. So, all right, we're taking off, guys. Appreciate everyone, and we will catch you guys on either Wednesday or Thursday evening. Join the Discord. See you guys then.